Welcome to the den. I'm Tobin, and welcome to the first Rambles, Rants, and Razors. Won't be a whole lot of razors in this one. In fact, won't be any razors at all. I'm going to try and keep these videos to 5 minutes. They will be the kind of video that some people will agree with, some people will disagree with, some people will be enlightened, and other people may be delightened. Either way, though, you're going to get raw and real Tobin coming at you. No script, no bullet points, just me knowing what I want to ramble, rant, and razor about. You guys will notice that, or maybe some of you have noticed, maybe you haven't noticed, I do things a little differently than some. Some of the things I do differently is I don't encourage you to subscribe, like, or comment. On We Shave, I don't make it about giveaways. I do a lot of things differently, and I do them differently on purpose. It's just who I've always been. When you're a ginger and you have the name of Toby or Tobin or Toby or not Toby, and you're raised in Oregon, in Eugene, and near Portland, where the motto is keep it weird, you're not going to see and do things the same as most people. So in these videos, I want to keep it weird. I want to keep it different. This part of what I want to bring to my content is something different, which is why I've always liked PAA's motto, something different. In these videos, my rants and rambles will most generally be focused either upon something in the hobby or around someone or something within the hobby. With this first one, remember my goal is to keep it 5 minutes. This one might just go over 5 minutes, but I'm going to try and keep them all around 5 minutes. In this first one, great example. All right, here we go. About 2 months ago now, ish. I'm really bad with time. I received a direct message, a DM, a private message from a fellow YouTuber, a member of the community. And I'll try and leave names out as much as possible because the name doesn't matter. What we're focusing on here is the topic, the rant, the ramble, not the who. Okay? I received a message from a fellow YouTuber after I'd done a We Shave where I was talking about how much I enjoyed Mysterium Serum from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Half an hour or so after the live, and me gushing over the performance of Mysterium Serum. If you haven't tried it, I welcome you to try it. You're going to get one of the best post-shave feels in your entire life. In fact, I use it on my face. It's a great moisturizer. Excuse me. My wife made a killer teriyaki pork loin for dinner. The message had a negative connotation to it. The message was from a person that I never spoke to before. I might have liked some of his comments. I have watched some of his videos. He has many more subscribers than I do, but I'm not counting. My point on that is that he has more content than me. I don't know if he has more knowledge or more expertise. A lot of people seem to think that subscribers mean that you know more. Maybe that's just my viewpoint on it. But it's kind of something I tend to gather from people sometimes, like, oh, I got this many subscribers. Great. Good for you, Tiger. It was a disparaging comment that I did not solicit, I did not ask for. In the comment, the person started to tell me that PAA doesn't make this product, and that if I want to buy the product in bulk, that here's a link and I can go buy it. So this is a long story short. So I looked at the link. I went and looked at the link. And it's like, okay, some similar products going on here, because I went and grabbed this and did, thing for thing. I'm already thinking, guys, a lot of these artisans, they don't make everything that they sell. If you expect them to make a t-shirt, if you expect them to make a razor, you're fooling yourself. And truth be told, a lot of these artisans today, and I won't name names, they make the soap, but then they buy the fragrance from China. They buy the fragrance from Nantucket or Timbuktu. They blend it together, and then they serve it in their tub. And in a lot of cases, you're getting the same fragrance from different artisans, and that's because they're buying them from the same people. I don't want this to be about other people. I want it to be about this here. But you need to understand, and I challenge you to show me one artisan who is literally making everything that they sell. And if you're able to show me someone that is doing that, I guarantee you they don't have nearly as many products as the other artisans. They might be, a one-trick pony, and all they're doing is soap, or just one certain thing, which is great. If you specialize in something, you have an expertise, and you dial in on it. That's great. My point is, though, most of our top-tier mainstream artisans today, they're not doing everything. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, for example, they make the fragrances that they put in their soap. Doug is like a mad scientist. He is literally doing all the essential oils, not all, 99%, okay? And then putting them into his soap that he makes. And to think that he has time to make t-shirts, to make razors, to make skateboards, and all these other things that he sells is, I'm sorry, ignorant. So the comment gave me one side of the story. And I knew that the person was probably right. But I still went, did my homework, and I came back to him. And I told him, that, even if you're right, do you have any proof or whatever, so what, was basically my answer. And so, of course, and then, I also reached out to Douglas, and Doug, he's a straight shooter. And of course, he immediately said, and so here's the story that the person actually knew, but the person left out. So several years ago, this got brought up in a forum. PAA addressed it and said that, yes, we were buying this product from the person, but then they added some of their own stuff to it and then repackaged it and sold it. That was in the very beginning. So they then found a formula that worked for them. Then they hired a company to make it to their specs. So originally they bought it from the company that this person was pointing out to me. Once receiving it, they doctored it up, if you will, added stuff to it, not a lot, but a couple of things. And then what they did was they switched up the formula. So, say potatoes were first, well, potatoes are now second. And they flip-flopped a few things around, and they added a couple of things. But they still don't make it themselves in-house. And to think that they have the time to make every single product that they sell is absolutely ignorant. I'm sorry, but it is. It just is. So that's my rant. That's my ramble. And don't take my word for it. Google it. Call your favorite artisan. Email your favorite artisan and ask them, where do you get your fragrances? Where do you get your shave soap? Do you make your shave soap? Do you make your fragrances? Who does the labels for you? Let me tell you something else. Douglas, the artwork on all of these, that's Doug. You know where a lot of these guys get their labels, and I'm not putting them down because I do the same thing too, because I'm not an artisan. And if I was doing this, I'd do the same thing that these guys are doing. Google search that, or they're paying companies on the internet to make something for them, and then they put it on there. There's nothing wrong with that. I support capitalism. I support free markets. You'll never hear me complain about prices. I believe in free markets, and the free markets will always work themselves out, and they don't need a Johnny-come-lately to defend them. So that's my rant. That's my ramble in this first episode. I hope it was coherent. I hope there wasn't too much rhetoric. There wasn't any razors. I want to thank you for watching. It's the Little Big Things. This is not a a big thing. This is a little thing. Most of the stuff that will be in this series will be little things, trivial things that I want to rant, ramble, and razor about. It's the holiday season. I'll have more of these videos coming your way, and some of them will be a little more offensive, some of them will be more lighthearted, and some of them will just be utter nonsense. Until next time, take care of yourself.